Hey there, I'm DM Wisdom, and welcome to Agranak Studios. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Torg, Role-Playing the Possibility Wars from West End Games, 1990. There's so much in this game, it is very rich. I don't even go into the rules today. We're going to look at the basic overview and some of the invading realities of this game. Let's check it out.
Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss an upload, and join the conversation over at the Agranak Cult Discord. Alright, let's get into it.
Yes, sir. Okay, I first saw this game in an advertisement in a Dragon magazine. And they did like this campaign where every month that magazine came out, they would have another full-page advertisement. And it was very intriguing to me.
Very nice. Very nice.
At that point, I only played 2 role-playing games, Advanced Dungeons & Dragons and Star Wars, the role-playing game. But to me, this advertisement was so very enticing.
Yeah, the storm has a name. So cool.
I found the box set in either a B. Dalton bookseller or Walden bookstore. I think it was about $20, and because of the advertisements, I had to pick it up.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Looks awesome. That cybernetic chick on the front, and a priest, and then some weird face looking into the scene.
Yeah, it was very foreboding, and I just was like, what the heck is this? Yeah, I picked it up. I consumed the contents of the box. It was a few months later, and maybe even the next year, I picked up some side work and made about $300. My dad hired me at a construction site that he was working on, made that $300, and then blew it all on supplemental material and adventures for Torg, Role-Playing the Possibility Wars.
So you were quite intrigued then?
Yeah, absolutely. I was just smitten by this game and how awesome it was. I pretty much played this game straight for 2 or 3 years and then went back to D&D eventually, mostly because people wanted to play D&D. So not for the lack of my love for this game.
So let's get into this thing. What the hell is it about?
So this is Torg, Role-Playing the Possibility Wars. I'm going to show you what comes in the box. Take this off. Now, it came with this awesome die. It's called an Eternity Shard die, and these are quite rare. Yes, you can find blue and red with white numbered dice out there. Most of the time they're gold, and even the new Ulysses version of Torg has this die, but there's something just special about these original dice from 1990, and when they had to do a second print run, they didn't include this die. It was a different colored die. So, and then we have the drama deck. I think there's 150 some odd cards here, and this is part of the initiative system and a subplot system and improved actions and all sorts of stuff. We'll see if we get into that today. Here is the rule book. It is soft cover. 150 pages or so, and it has the advertisements for Star Wars, Paranoia, and Ghostbusters.
Nice!
This is the World Book in brown. The second print was in a purple, and this shows you what's going on all over Earth and these different realities invading. We'll go over that as well. And here's the adventure book, which has not only adventures, but also... Oh, sorry. I'm thinking the other one. The player characters are at the back of the world book, and all the different pre-gens are almost pre-gen, like the attributes are pre-gen and some of the weapons and equipment, but you still have to allocate your skill points to the different skills that you have here.
Very cool. Oh, you could be a werewolf.
Yep. Werewolf. One of my favorites. Or a vampire hunter.
Oh, that's cool.
And then it came with the Infiniverse campaign. This was number 1. And this is basically giving you an up-to-date of what's happening. And they would come out with these, I don't know if it was quarterly or every couple of months. And as people wrote in and told the company what was going on in the game world or in their specific campaign, they would take the conglomeration of all those reports and then update the game world.
Wow, they were really trying to be very innovative at the time, weren't they?
Yeah, totally. It was something that just wasn't a thing that anybody else seemed to be doing. I don't know. I like I said, I was only playing Advanced Dungeons and Dragons and Star Wars at the time. So this was this whole like role-playing world was new to me anyways. I'd only been playing RPGs for a year and a half, 2 years or so. So yeah. So let's get into this video would be way too long if I got into all the details of the game. It is quite extensive, but I am going to at least go over a few things.
Right on.
I take ridiculously good care of my books. It even has a crease there, like it's already like semi-creased. I don't crease that out whenever I open books, and so I might be a little awkward, especially with these softcover books, and I read them and reference them while they're still open to not break the binding. You want to read this?
Sure. The near now. Later today, early tomorrow, sometime next week, the world began to end. That's cool.
Yeah.
They came from other cosms, other realities. Raiders joined together to steal the Earth's living energy, to consume its possibilities. The possibility raiders brought with them their own realities, turning portions of our planet into someplace else. Led by the Gaunt Man, self-proclaimed Torg of the Cosmverse, the High Lords of each claimed a piece of the Earth for themselves. Buruk Ka, Pharaoh Mobius, Lord Uthorian, Pope Jean Malroch. How do you say that?
Pope Jean Malraux the First.
Alright. Kanawa Asama, and the Gaunt Man. Each has established his primitive, pulp, dark fantasy, cyber papacy, high-tech, or horror realms on our world, setting the conquest in motion. But the invasion did not go as the Gaunt Man planned. His millennia of preparation did not take into account the Storm Knights, men and women who weathered the raging reality storms that transformed the planet, retaining their own realities when everything around them changed. Through their actions, these heroes neutralized the Gaunt Man and helped bring the Infiniverse into being. By reflecting the Cosmverse over and over, all possibilities became real in an infinite instant. If Earth was destroyed in one Cosmverse, there was a chance that it would survive in another. The conquest had been delayed, for now. Now, throughout the Infiniverse, on a million Earths, the remaining High Lords battle to control the awesome possibility energy of Earth to become the Torg. And if the Storm Knights cannot stop them, then the Earth will die. Wow.
Yeah, it is cool. This, back in 1990, introducing basically the idea of a multiverse. People think that that's kind of a new phenomenon, especially in comics, and we see that in the Marvel universe and even in D&D now. They're kind of like blurring the lines, but to me, this is the first time I ever saw anything like that. Let me know in the comments if you know of other books or things that introduced that in a solid form. I know that the Marvel comics had like, verses and what were the other ones where it was, where maybe Spider-Man was bad or whatever. It was like these alternate sort of comics, but was that really a multiverse sort of thing at that time? Let me know in the comments. I'm not sure. A big shout out to everyone listed here who created this amazing game. And this is a depiction of the Gaunt Man raising up some sort of demon or dragon or something. Even though the World Book is really good at giving an introduction to what Torg is, I'm going to bring out the covers of the source books for the different lands, and that'll give you at least a better visual representation of what they're trying to convey. What is going on? Earth is being invaded by these other worlds that are bringing their own realities, which are basically just reflections of our own Earth and different time periods. Sometimes with the mystical and fantastical built into it. And so these different high lords of these realities have brought their people through these maelstrom bridges from their world into our world, and they're trying to steal the Earth's possibility energy. This has happened time and time and time again.
That's a really cool concept, man. Very cool.
Yeah, this is within the setting. It's happened time and time again, and like these different realities would come in to different planets, steal their possibility energy, usually in one fell swoop, and then move on. And basically, this possibility energy is a magical force that gives the High Lords power, and they're all fueled by a darkness device. It gets really deep, and the lore is really, really fun.
All right, let's take a look at the first area, the living land.
Yeah, so here's the living land, and you can tell by the cover that it's a prehistoric sort of thing. What's cool is that you see like this, I don't know what it is, like an old Honda Civic or something, and some buildings in the background here. The idea is that this primitive reality has invaded our current day Earth, and where they have invaded is the west coast over here, and anywhere that there is just white, that's pure, and then there's where it's dominant. So it's pure up here in the northern land, here San Francisco, and over here in New York, etc., over here in the Midwest and northeastern coast. So this is where the living land is invading the Earth. This is where you're going to find either pure areas where it's completely the living land realm, or there's mixed areas, and you can, at any rate. So just remember that. So that's the living land. So here's the Nile Empire. It is a 1920s to 1940s sort of pulp thing that they got going on with superhero powers, at least mundanely superhero powers, and Egyptian wonderfulness. You can see where this land is taking up in Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and so on and so forth in this area.
Now that guy looks really foreboding.
Yeah, that's Dr. Mobius, I believe is his name. He's one of the High Lords. So each one of these is a High Lord. Burka, or... yeah. Anyways, the names that I said before. Dr. Mobius. So here is the Aysle sourcebook. And that these are two High Lords that are vying for power within Aysle. And it is a fantasy. Basically, it's D&D. And it's here in the UK, Ireland, all the way up to Finland here. And you can see the different zones that the Aysle has taken over.
Very cool. I really love those covers. Really evocative, especially when you've got like Big Ben in the background.
Yeah, right there.
And then fantasy dragons and all that. It's really cool.
One of my favorite settings is the cyberpopacy. This is cyberpunk and cyber Catholicism, basically. And they're taking over parts of Spain into France and the top part of Italy here. And it's cool being able to mix these cybernetic things. And they have these cyberpunks that plug into the GodNet, and basically it's a virtual reality where you can adventure inside of that. It's got really awesome themes.
Yeah, that guy looks scary as hell. I wouldn't want to mess with him.
Yeah, you definitely don't. Next up is the Nippon Tech. This is the mega corporate reality. Tons of ninjas and samurai and so on and so forth, with high-tech weapons. So it's basically like just like a near future. So you see it here, South Korea and Japan, so on and so forth. That's where they have invaded. So yes, it's stereotypical places that these places are invading, but from the lore, they're looking for places that could be, I guess, a close match, for lack of a better term, at least for all of these, not necessarily for this final one that I'm going to show. So this next one is Orrorsh, which is my favorite, period. It is a horror reality. This is the Gaunt Man himself, the High Lord of Orrorsh. He's the one that talked to all these other High Lords and had them come with him. You can see the Eternity Shard in, this is the top of his cane here. And that's one of the cool things about this, is that the die that is included is an Eternity Shard. So this is an area in Borneo, Sumatra, Java, just below Vietnam, and even parts of Thailand up there, is where this Victorian horror sort of land is at. Dracula, Frankenstein, undead monsters, and all of that. Very cool. So these are the core realities that are in the box set of Torg.
Let's do this. If we get 1,000 likes on this video, we'll do more videos on Torg, because I would like to hear more.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. All right, everyone. Thanks for stopping by Agranak Studios today, and we'll see you on the next one.
Later.
This video was brought to you by the generous support of our patrons. Consider becoming a patron so you can help us make more content like this. Or get yourself a t-shirt below. Later.
Alright, do this, and do that, and do this, and do that. And watch this video.